Up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Charting Stocks with Bernard. Today we are going to continue to use Webull, and we are going to talk about the market moves as of 8/22/22. I did a video yesterday talking about my prediction with stocks. And we had some vicious moves today. Please note that I am bearish this week and was bearish this week before today happened. Did I expect the magnitude of the move? No. Did it hit what I was expecting it to hit this week? Yes. But what about for the rest of the week? What do I see happening? Since we had a vicious move, we talked about four stocks. Our four stocks were Apple, a chip play, Tesla, and also SPY. Looking at this Apple chart right here, what we see, as I described the other day, is that we had a touch here, and we had this monster move to touch here. And man, oh man, look at that rejection. Um, if you guys are new to trading, typically a good buying signal or a short strategy is to wait for the fake out. And so what you see here is that we had a fake out, a close above this trend right here, and then we consolidated the next day, and then we had a nasty red candle on Apple, and this is where we closed on Friday. So my prediction was that we would retest this trend up here, but we didn't. We gapped down furthermore. So what about for tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday? So what I am expecting Apple to get above this line right here and gather up and come test the top of this trend right here. That or either just make it back above right over here. So we could see Apple see 170 again, maybe 171. 171 tops. This is where I can see Apple. 172. Hey, we're playing with fire, but I think it's possible. I don't think we will fill this gap that we just made to yesterday. You can take a look at this gap right here. It's a very nasty gap. I do not think we will fill that gap, but I do think we will test that gap later on this week. But this is a very bearish candle right here. It took two red candles to break this long trend that we had. Look how long it took for us to go up. Look at that. Look where Apple left from, and then look where it's at now. This is some sick stuff we're seeing, people. All right, moving on. Let's go to SPY. As we take a look at SPY, we can see, if you wasn't watching before, forgive me for my charts. They're a little bit all over the place. That's because you have a lot of technical T's that's going on in here. You have some daily plays, some weeklies. So that's why the chart looks like this. So if things don't add up, it's because you have to look at it in a different time frame. But for here, we can see exactly what happened with SPY. Again, same thing like Apple. We had 1, 2, 3 touches. We had this monster move right here, and then we touched this third line right here, and then we consolidated from our breakout area. Remember, same thing like Apple. We got above, and then boom, collapse below it. Look at that candle. So with SPY, I'm expecting maybe 417 to get about up above here, like 417, 418. But that's it, and I do expect this to continue down and hit 4-6 by the end of the week. This violent gap down. My thesis was that we would end up right here, first of all, but we did, but we went beyond. And so with that being said, what's the furthermore downside? And I think it's 4-6. So I think we see that by Friday. So stay tuned, people. Let's go on to our next play. We have our chip play. And they report on, I believe, oh, it's right here. Well, it was right there. I believe they report on Thursday after the bell. Oh, no, Wednesday after the bell. So as you can see, it is in a downtrend. So we go over here. And as you can see, if you look at my chart from yesterday, you can see that I didn't touch anything. So we had that 1, 2, 3, and we closed right at that. And we had some smaller report, some small support right there. Now, this stock is kind of hard to predict exactly what's going to happen for the rest of the week because we do have earnings coming up. But I am still bearish on it. I am looking for a gap down, possibly by EPS around here to fill this gap or to end up around this gap. But for Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see more red, because people already started selling. So no clue what's going to happen. But if you look at it from a TA standpoint, this is support. So tomorrow will be very crucial for this particular stock. So stay tuned. But overall for the week, I do expect some more downside. We may consolidate. Let me take a look. What is this red line right here? So we gap down right back in here. So that means the downside for this trend is, wow, we got this level over here. So we could see for 162 in the next 2 days before EPS. So that's possible. But that being said, if you were a bull, you can buy calls here or buy the stock for a play back up to 188. And if EPS is good, we can even make it all the way back over here to 204. So that's where you're at. That is your fire. Remember, EPS is always a gamble, so you definitely never know what's going to happen. So place your bets. But I see further downside. Last stock we are talking about is Tesla, right? I believe Tesla, yeah. And like I said, if you watched my video yesterday, I know it was some terrible quality. But if you go between that and you listen to exactly what I'm saying, you will see that all my price targets that I talked about, we hit today. I expected us to hit it this week, but we hit today. So we take a look at Tesla, right? Let me fix this a little bit right here. There we go. So this was the Friday move right here, right? We had that monster green candle, and then we had this fake out where we broke down, and then we got back above, and then we closed under. And when we closed under, remember I talked about this close, and I was like, this is what I was looking for, and boom, we got the gap down. Now today move wasn't that bad. We did get close to my price target. I called 160, 150, 150 for this week, and we actually hit that. We hit the 860, not 150. My apologies. We hit that. What would happen next is we have some more downside on Tesla, but we could get a retest to fill maybe 878. But knowing Tesla can fill this gap, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see 880. But for the further downside, I believe we can see 836. I should draw a line here, but I'm not going to, just because I like the way my chart is set up, so I'm going to leave it as that. But if we look at these massive these candles right here, where we touch this and then we go back up. Over here, boom, we go back up. You can use this as a key support, and you can say 837 will be the next leg down where Tesla can possibly have some support. That being said, I'm expecting volatility. We didn't get that yesterday. We just got straight down. So I think futures are green. So I'm expecting tomorrow to maybe be green. Wednesday possibly green too. But I do expect, especially for Friday, I do expect another vicious gap down. Stay tuned, stay locked in, protect your funds, protect your savings. It's about to get ugly, people. That's where I see the market's heading. We do have some bulls out there. So you also have to make sure you prepare and hedge and play for the upside. But the charts are telling you that everything is looking very bearish. We never left our bearish trend. Like, look at Tesla. I can just take a look at Tesla and I can show you exactly how bearish Tesla is, okay? So we're going to go to the weekly, right? You look at the weekly, look at this trend from Tesla. Right? And then we had this vicious red candle. And this was on 4/22, so this year, where it broke the trend, right? I broke the trend over here, but we got back above with some nice bullish candles. But then we had a hard candle down, right? And then we made new lows after that. Then we consolidated. We went back up, and we're consolidating over here. We had those two touches, and as we can see, this is some critical levels right here, and now we're back below that. And I see further more downside. Now the key for Tesla is that we need to not lose 640. That's the key level right here. As you can see, there's a lot of consolidation over here before we make moves up higher, right? So my assumption is that Tesla will come back down here to test these levels, because look, it's already done with the long-term trend. And even if it was to continue up, I would still short it over here. It's not. I don't think it's just gonna get back into its normal daily routine and follow this trend, weekly routine, or should I say? So, but yeah, super bearish. If we take a look at SPY, and I don't like to talk about SPY because I feel like, if you trade stocks, if you're in this market, you should definitely know to chart SPY, and you should definitely know what SPY looks like. So if I have to explain this to you, then you really do need some help. But just take a look at it. We never broke the downtrend. This is the downtrend. We had spikes up. Here's our first spike up right here. Boom. And then we crashed. And then here's our next one right here. So what do you think is going to happen next? Possibly 335, 330. We definitely we don't want to visit this 362. But if we make it to 4 or 6, look at this. This is these consolidation levels. We break this right here, we have some downside ahead. We can definitely go below 400 again. So this is what we have to pay attention to. And then Apple. Now, Nvidia or Nvidia, whatever it's called, that stock right there is it's been lagging the market pretty much, just like Google. And Google is for another show. What I mean by that is that Nvidia has some moves down, but it hasn't been violent. We haven't seen a violent move down from it. So that tells me that there's still further downsides for Nvidia. But just looking at Apple, man, where do you think Apple is going? Just looking at it, I'm like, I think it goes back down to 125, around 125. I think we give up everything that we made from Apple. How long is going to take? I believe next EPS. What I'm looking for from Apple, Nvidia, and a lot of these big techs, I'm looking for them to get wrecked during EPS earnings. We saw that from Meta. We saw that from Netflix. We saw that from other big tech stocks. We saw that from Amazon, right? But what about Apple? What about Nvidia? What about Tesla? These stocks are sitting very high, and compared to the rest of the market, they need to drop. They need to come down. And when Apple falls, I believe that's when you can start buying. But like they said, the general always gets shot last. So stay tuned for the next episode. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. I know this video was much better than yesterday's video, so hopefully tomorrow is much better than today's video. So let's stay locked in. Let's get this money. Have a good day. Bye.